Do not quit. Make your boss fire you. Hello, my name is Brandon Ortiz, and I am a California employment lawyer. And all the time, I see potentially good cases for discrimination or retaliation get ruined because the client quit instead of forcing the employer to fire them. A lot of employers, if they're doing something illegal, if they're retaliating against you because you reported something, or they're discriminating against you for on an unlawful basis, they don't come out and fire you. A lot of them will just harass you and make your life miserable, hoping that you'll quit. And then if you file a case, they're going to say, well, we didn't discriminate, we didn't retaliate, we didn't fire him. He chose to quit on his own. And you can really ruin what could have been a good case by doing that. Now, the law does recognize something called constructive termination, but the standard for that is very high, and it's vague. It's a subjective standard. You have to show that working conditions were so intolerable that a reasonable person would feel compelled to resign. And the problem with that is not only is that a high standard, but that's pretty vague and subjective, and what is tolerable to one person might be intolerable to another person. You could get 12 reasonable people and they could have 12 different opinions on it. And if you study the cases like I have, you see that the results are all over the map. You'll see examples where the harassment was fairly mild, and yet the court finds that there was sufficient evidence to establish constructive term. And then you see cases on the other end of the spectrum where the harassment was actually pretty severe, and yet the court finds that it was not enough to establish constructive term. So what should you do instead? Well, if you have not already complained, you should complain in writing. Give the employer an opportunity to correct the behavior. If that doesn't work, the other option you have is to take a stress leave under the FMLA or the ADA. That's much better than quitting because that potentially hands the defense over to the employer.